welcome back to the Reality Wind Down, a podcast where we break down all the latest Bravo TV drama and the hot topics of the week, one glass of wine at a time.
One or two, like always.
I'm Chase.
I'm Cassidy.
And it is a new year.
2021.
We're in 2021.
Can you believe?
No, yes, I'm ready for it.
Can you believe we made it?
No.
I know.
I'm happy we're here. I'm proud of us. I'm just going to cheers right off the bat. It's a new year. Cheers to that.
Cheers to the new year.
So much already happening in all of our lives, mainly mine. I have a lot going on.
What's going on?
Nothing.
No, I mean, you do have some things going on. We are currently carb-free, both of us. We have started the keto diet, so if we black out at some point...
I was going to say, if you can see my face right now, it's staring off into the distance.
Just, if you know anything about us, know that our diet before consisted of about 98% carbs, and now we're down to, 2% carbs. So... it's a journey we're on.
I mean, we pregame this podcast every week with Taco Bell. If that doesn't say who we are as people, I don't know what else does.
Not this week. We're never going to get that Taco Bell sponsorship.
We didn't. I actually had a nice piece of salmon.
Oh, did you?
I know. It was actually really good.
I had a bit of cauliflower.
Oh my god, we're so exciting now.
I can't even remember what I had.
Before we get into everything, I think we have to announce some personal news.
Yes.
Within our podcast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay.
I
don't
idea.
see it shining, if that gives it anything away.
Is it this heavy hand? Is it this heavy left hand? I can barely hold it up.
Yeah. Say it.
Okay, I got engaged. Yes, I'm excited. Yeah, I had a little surprise proposal after Christmas.
How did it go down?
Well, Joel's is, I guess, I haven't called him my fiance
yet.
I was going to say my boyfriend.
Y'all should have just saw her face. She, literally double take. She was like,
That was weird. That's the first time I've said it. Okay, my fiance now, Joel's, he, booked a night at a hotel. And, I thought, that was kind of weird. Because, he went and put our dog, in a hotel and booked us a hotel. It's kind of random on, a Wednesday night. But, okay, I'm in for it.
Love it. Spontaneous.
Spontaneous. And we were there. And, I could tell he was, kind of nervous the whole day. We started drinking, got a little tipsy. And he, was like, I have to go back up to the room and do something. I have to go get something. Just stay here for, 10 minutes and then come up to the room. I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, I came up to the room and he had set up a what's it called? A projector. He had a projector in the room and it was on the wall, a whole slideshow of the 7 years of memories we've had.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
It was really sweet. And I was so proud that he made the slideshow. The whole time I was like, there's no way you made this, as I was crying. And he did, and it was really sweet and cute, and I'm excited.
That's so exciting and so cute. And we love Joel so much. Yes. And it is the perfect way to bring in a new year.
Yes.
Because it's get rid of the last year. We're now in 2021. You're a newly engaged woman.
I am.
You got a new house last year.
Oh my god, you're hyping me up.
Keep
going. You're hyping me up.
There's so much going on for you. Just don't turn it back on me. I'm I got a sparkly shirt.
No, are you kidding me? You have this gorgeous house. He got a Peloton for Christmas, which I'm beyond jealous about.
Hey, I've used it 8 times so far. I feel like I'm very proud of myself.
You're killing it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to...
Thanks.
I did want to hype you up for a second because
That's
it's so
sweet.
exciting.
Thank you.
Well, now let's go into our hot takes.
Hot takes.
Got something for me?
I think you should start it off because yours is a bit bigger, and then we'll go with mine.
Are you just talking about Kim and Kanye getting divorced?
Can you believe?
I can believe.
I know.
I've been waiting for it since the day they got married. Oh. Yes, I just never understood.
Day one?
Day one.
Really?
Yeah, I never understood why they were together.
Okay, see, when they first got together, that's back in the day when I would, watch the Kardashians.
I used to love the Kardashians.
I felt like she had always, had a thing for him, and they always had a thing for each other throughout a lot of her relationships. So I really thought that they would last. They get together, they start having, they have 4 kids now.
Yeah.
I really thought that they would last a long time.
That's actually a really good point. So maybe I didn't think about it right away because as you said, they were friends for way longer than dating.
And he was always kind of courting her behind the scenes. Yes. I felt like it was.
So you're right. I think it was whenever she started changing everything about herself.
When he was changing her.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, this can't last because even in the real world, when you start changing for your partner,
Yeah.
it usually is not a good
Well,
sign.
she was already such a big brand, and he came in and he was like, I'm going to make you fashionable. And it's like, I think she always thought that she was fashion. So that
Yes.
had to have been really weird. And I can't believe, do you believe the rumors that that he might be getting with Jeffree Star?
No, you're not
No.
bringing this on the podcast.
We're bringing this on the podcast. This is news. This is out there. This is out in the world. This is allegedly.
It was actually a trending topic on Twitter like
Yes.
all day.
The memes have been out of control.
It was.
It's a lot.
Hilarious.
I guess we'll see.
One last thing on this. One of the funniest memes I've seen is like someone typing away at a keyboard and it's like Kim buying new furniture for her house. Because you've seen their house is literally just
You
like
mean Kim
nothing.
buying any furniture for the house? Like, they have nothing in it.
I laughed so hard. I was like imagining her to
They like don't even have sinks. It's just like water that comes from a hole and like goes back into the. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen.
I never understood that house and I never will. And I'm happy we don't have to anymore.
I am with you on that. But yeah, I mean, best of luck to them and their divorce. No one's ever happy to see anyone get divorced, especially when there's like 4 kids. So I mean, you don't seem that pissed about it. He's just staring off into the abyss, like not that worried about it.
I like that we go from an engagement to a divorce.
Oh god, I hope that wasn't like.
You have furniture in your house, so you're good.
We have furniture. We're good. We got places to sleep in a sink, so we're fine. My hot take is. Did you watch the movie that came out this week on Lifetime called The Wrong Real Estate Agent?
Don't call me out because I know you're going to.
Starring Tom Sandoval. You didn't, did you?
Didn't.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
Is she on DVR? Yes.
okay. Okay. That's fine then. Okay. I'm not going to like give the movie away. I mean, it's a Lifetime movie. We all know.
Honestly,
it's a
they're all
Lifetime
the
movie.
same, so you can give whatever you... Like, give me the
just-
highlights.
I mean, the highlights are really Tom Sandoval's lines. Like, he literally just came in and played Tom Sandoval with a little bit angrier personality. Like, he's the creepy handyman, basically, that, like, used to help out this woman that lived in this house, and then a new woman moves in, and he, like, doesn't leave the house.
Okay, should we
He
give a
keeps-
spoiler alert? Are you
No,
gonna-
no, this is just...
spoiler
I'm not
alerts?
giving a spoiler.
Okay, I just want to make sure, just in case.
I mean, should I? No, because I want you to watch it. And then
Okay.
I want you to come back and tell me
Okay, then
what
we'll
you
talk
think
about
next
it,
week. Then
actually.
we'll talk
Okay.
about it more. I just want to know if you had watched that movie because it was hilarious.
I am actually kind of proud of him. Like,
No, like, good for you. Jax is so pissed right now, let's be honest. Jax is mad.
That's what I
he is
mean.
off
It's like,
doing
this
things.
makes me happy because, like, they don't want Tom and Ariana to succeed. And they are
And what
outside
is the
of...
ultimate goal of success? A Lifetime movie.
Girl, did you quote earlier today? My dream job is to be a Lifetime actress.
It's
So,
true.
walk back on
Okay,
those words.
why would I not? You always have a secure job because they film a new movie like once a month, and you're always playing the same character, so you're good to go.
That's
It's
true. And I think they
always the
honestly
same.
film, like, those movies in, like, 2 weeks.
I mean, that's perfect job.
Yeah. Like,
I'll
2
do it
weeks
for
off.
like $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, call me in.
Which-
I'm there.
okay.
Have you ever thought about what like your dream Lifetime movie would be if you could write, produce, star, a la Vivica A. Fox on all of the Wrong series? What would you do?
It would definitely be a murder one. Like, there would have to be murder in it.
Well, that's every Lifetime movie.
Not the Christmas one.
Sorry, not the Christmas ones. Okay, so no Christmas.
So maybe murder at Christmas.
Oh,
How about okay, so I think I would be the hot next door neighbor, duh.
of course you would.
And I'd be living there, and then there's like a newly married, like, daddy type that lives next door.
Daddy next door. And I just go over and we bang all day. That's the Lifetime movie.
How did you know?
And then you accidentally kill him.
Well, I would accidentally kill
You
his
bang
wife.
him to death. You kill his wife to bang him. Oh my god.
I would definitely get a series out of that.
You're like, and that's it. It's about a 20-minute movie. It's a short film. It's going in the short film section.
Yeah, Lifetime starts a short film section just for my movie.
I mean, I don't even know how I top that. Like,
How would you talk?
I can't. I can't. I don't even think I want to follow you on that. I mean,
Cheers to Tom getting a role in Lifetime. You
good
know,
for you,
your
Sandoval.
dream job. He's just living it. Well, I
Welcome
think on that note, we should get into our game.
I mean, oh god, let's play it.
So, okay, if y'all listened last week,
As you should.
as you should, the game was pretty difficult. We didn't do our best, and that's actually kind of wild for Cassidy because she's always killing these games.
Sorry, I still came through with a victory. Let's not
She
discredit
did
me here.
by 1 point, aka 0-1.
It was like a soccer game, like the score.
we figured we would try it again. It was Guess That Housewife. So we have our list of housewives, and the other person gets to guess Or ask 10 questions? Are we doing 10?
I think, yeah, let's do 10. Why not?
Okay. So you get to ask 10 questions, and then by your 10th question, you have to guess the housewife.
Perfect. Okay. All right, I'll guess first then.
Okay.
Is this housewife on the East Coast?
No.
Is this housewife in Beverly Hills?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is this housewife a current cast member?
Yes.
Is this housewife a singer?
Yes.
Is it Erica James?
Yes! Oh my god! How did you do that?
I don't know.
am so upset.
Oh my god. Okay, this is starting off better. Maybe you'll do the same.
I can't believe you answered that one in 4 questions. Now I have pressure. Okay, it's my turn.
Okay.
Does the housewife own a brand?
No.
Okay. Does she have blonde hair?
No.
Does she live on the West Coast?
No.
Does she live on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she in Potomac?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is she a current housewife?
Yes.
Does she have a newborn?
Yes! Oh my god, that was
Ashley Darby?
Yes!
Yes! Oh my god!
That was so good.
Okay. I like the groove we're getting into. I'm proud of us.
Okay.
We actually
no
are not doing
pressure.
bad. Okay. So your second housewife.
Dang, I really want to have like a strong lead there, but that didn't happen. Okay. Is she on the East Coast?
No.
Is she on the West Coast?
No.
Is she in Salt Lake?
No.
Okay, she's not on the East Coast. She's not on the... Okay, is she in... What? Is she a current housewife franchise?
Yes.
Is she in New Jersey?
No.
What are the... Why can't I think of the franchise? Oh, is she in Dallas?
Yes. I was
God,
waiting
I was,
for
like,
you. I was
really,
like, how are
blacking
you not
out.
thinking about this?
Oh my god, and I've like literally gone through so many questions.
You have 3 questions.
Okay.
left.
Is she blonde?
Yes.
Oh my god. Is she...
2 questions.
Is she a current housewife?
Yes.
Does she have a dog food company?
No.
Okay. Is it Stephanie Holman?
Yes! Oh my god! On the 10th
10th
question. That came down to the wire.
Oh my god, that was hard. Okay.
Also, I just love that you forgot Dallas is a thing when we're literally talking about
I know,
Dallas
that's like literally
today.
brand new this week, and I completely forgot that Dallas
There's
existed.
really no other Housewives franchise.
I was like, Chase doesn't know his coast. Like, he doesn't think that Jersey is East Coast. It's East Coast.
Yeah, she's on the North Coast.
I really... My favorite of all the coasts. Okay.
It's beautiful this time of year.
Your turn.
Okay. Does this housewife have children?
Yes.
Is she a current housewife?
No.
Ooh. That's tough. Okay. Is she on the East Coast?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's in the East.
Okay, so is she on Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, I really gave it away. Would you say Atlanta's East Coast?
No, but I would say
It
more
is. It's
east
like
than... I would
on-
say that just
It
because,
has
like...
beaches and it's on the coast technically, but
Oh,
we don't
that's true.
think
Georgia
of that.
does have a beach. You're right.
We know because Drew's husband drove past it to get to Tampa. Ooh. Sorry about that one, Drew.
Okay, so she's in Atlanta. Is she a singer?
Yes.
Does she have another show on Bravo?
No.
Oh, no. Now I'm blanking.
Oh,
Wait. Is she a current housewife?
you already asked that.
Oh.
No.
What'd you say? No? Does she have a new song in the past year?
I don't know.
Was she an OG?
No.
Oh my god. This is the... Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie, when I looked at the list, I forgot about her.
Is she a one-season wonder?
Yeah.
It doesn't help me.
Oh,
Shamari! Yes! Oh my god, it did help me!
Oh my god, that was so good. I completely forgot about her.
Okay,
I think I was seeing her name on paper. I was like, I didn't remember that. But
I do have to say, we were looking through our own sheets before, and Cassie was like, who is this?
Like, I totally forgot her.
And it scared me because I was like, if Cassie doesn't know this housewife, how the hell am I going to guess it?
Good job. I'm proud.
Okay. So it's your third housewife.
Okay. Is she on the East Coast?
Yes.
Okay. Does she have blonde hair?
Yes.
Oh, blonde hair on the East Coast. Okay. Is she in New York?
Yes.
Oh. Is she a current housewife?
Yes. Damn, all these yeses.
Is she an OG?
Yes.
Does she have turtle time?
Yes.
Is it Ramona? Okay, I
all
see
yeses.
the levels of what we're doing. Okay. All right, the singer stinger.
Okay.
Let me see.
You
what
ready?
It is. Yes, I'm ready.
Is she currently on a show?
Yes.
Is she an OG?
No.
Is she on the West Coast?
No.
Is she on the East Coast?
No.
Is she in Dallas?
Yes.
And you said she was currently on the season?
Yeah.
Is she blonde?
No.
Is she have a mom that's on the show with her?
Yes! Oh my god.
D'Andra Simmons. So far, we have a perfect score, me and you. Now your turn to guess.
Is she on the West Coast?
Yes, but she's not. No, sorry.
Is she on the West
Okay,
Coast?
she is not on the West Coast.
Okay, is she on the East Coast?
No.
Is she in Dallas?
No.
Is she in Salt Lake?
Yes.
Okay. Is she blonde?
No.
Is she a business owner?
Yes.
Does she own the Shaw Squad?
Yes.
Is it Jen Shaw?
Yeah. I was like, she never talks about her businesses, but she says that she owns businesses.
Yeah,
it's so
I mean,
interesting.
she doesn't have 3 assistants for no reason, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Last
Okay.
one for you to ask.
Okay. Is she an OG?
No.
Is she on a current franchise right now?
Yes.
Okay. Is she on the West Coast?
No.
Is she on the East Coast?
Yes.
Is she in Atlanta?
yes.
I remember going back to
Going
that
back
East
to the
Coast
East
conversation.
Coast.
Okay, so she's in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have children?
Yes.
I think they all have children now. Does she have a newborn?
No.
But she's currently on the show?
Mm-hmm.
Is she a singer?
No.
Ooh. Oh, no. Okay, I have 2 left. I'm getting a little bit
I have
nervous
2
now.
left?
I only have 2.
Oh.
I really went through those questions quick.
You went fast.
Yeah. Okay, I have 2 more. Okay, she has a kid. She's currently on the show. You said she wasn't an OG?
No.
Okay. Does she have a lake at her house?
Yes.
Lake Bailey!
Yes.
Cynthia Bailey!
I think people always think that Cynthia was an OG because she came on in like season 2 or 3, but she's not.
That's literally what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
like, who's like been on the show for a while, has a kid, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't an OG. And you're right. Everyone thinks that Cynthia is an OG because it's been so long. And I feel like she's done her... I like Cynthia, so that's fine.
Chase approves.
But
Chase approves.
we tied.
We did tie.
So we did tie. I do think we need to do a tiebreaker because, I mean, we want a winner.
Let's make it like 5 questions though that you can
Okay,
ask.
5. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to go
You
first?
go first now.
Okay, so I'm going to be guessing first.
Yes.
Okay. 5 questions. Oh my god, this is going to be hard. East Coast. Is she on the
Yes.
East Coast? Is she in New York?
Yes. Oh my
Oh my
god, honestly.
Is she a current housewife?
No.
Does she have brown hair?
No.
Oh shit. Does she have 1 leg?
No, it's very specific though.
Oh my god. Now I have to guess. Ooh, girl.
Oh, that was your final guess?
That was my final question.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Is it Carol?
No.
Oh, who was it?
I am real. It's Alex McCord.
Oh, God. Okay, Cassie, your turn.
Okay. Is she on the West Coast?
No.
Is she on the East Coast?
No. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting we're saying a certain city's on the East Coast. So, yes, she's on the East Coast.
Is she an OG?
No.
Is she a current housewife?
No. Now it's your official last question.
Okay. Does she own a house?
Yes.
Is it Sherry Whitfield? No. Oh my god, who is it?
Phaedra Parks.
Oh no.
5 questions is hard.
5 is hard, 10 is too many. I don't know what to do here.
So I think we have to officially just call it a tie.
Yeah, we'll call it a tie.
That was a good game. I actually am happy because we each redeemed ourselves from last week.
And I feel like this game is also so much fun that I might play it on our Instagram stories. So follow us at Reality Wind Down.
That's a good one.
Like, guess the housewife. I'll do like 5, maybe 4 or 5. We'll do. I can on one slide. I can do like 2 guesses.
Yeah.
You know, like
like
I'll
fun.
figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll do it on Instagram.
Check it out though.
Yes, we'll definitely play it. It'll be fun.
But this week we're gonna get into our shows.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about a little Atlanta. We're gonna talk about the premiere of Dallas. Amazing.
Yeehaw.
And then a little Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start this week?
I think we should dive into Atlanta. We should dive into Cynthia, Mal, and Kenya all doing some yoga.
Some yoga, health. This
Did you
2021.
health cleanse? Did you not die whenever Cynthia was doing her little like move or whatever, and she hit Kenya in the boob? Like her hand flew off and hit Kenya in the boob. I was like, that would be me attempting
Cynthia
to do
has
yoga.
all this boob work this year so
She
far.
Really, oh, she's
Yeah, because Titty Scent. And then now she's
you're
like
right.
hitting Kenya's boob.
But I feel like in that, what we really got out of the yoga was Kenya kind of giving Cynthia some tough love on the whole 10-10-20 wedding.
I agreed with it. Cynthia is too tied to this date. I mean, the earrings, like, come on.
Well, they say that to her. They're like, do you even care about getting married to this man, or do you care about getting married on the date? Like, what's more important to you?
And I understand where Mike is feeling, where it's like, hey, if this big wedding doesn't work out because of the pandemic, do you still want to marry me that day? Yeah. And she's like, I don't really know.
Well, I think once they finally broke it down to her, like, this is going to be hurting Mike's feelings. This is why he's so mad about it. She finally was like, I'm going to break the fourth wall down with production.
I was just about to say, it was insane when she broke the fourth wall.
And she said, I'm going to break the fourth wall.
Yeah, she's like, we're going to go with it because I'm actually pissed.
Yeah.
Because she did not like that Kenya was calling her out.
Yeah.
Kenya's straight up said, she's like, you're doing this for the show. And I kind of agree.
I do, too.
I'm sorry, I agree. Like, I understand that you do want to show your life on these shows because that's the big ticket items, like a wedding, a divorce, like all of that is big ticket items for these shows. But we're in a pandemic. I'm sorry. They could have filmed you doing it at the courthouse.
Well, that's what she said. She was like, I'll get married on the sidewalk if we have to on that day. It doesn't matter to me. Like, girl, you should have done that. She hosted a freaking super spreader wedding anyway.
Yes, and they could have filmed it on the sidewalk. I would have actually loved that because I would have been like, you know what, Cynthia? She doesn't need a big wedding. It's a pandemic. She loves her man.
They don't even end up filming the wedding. Like, we're not going to see the wedding. They don't film it.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
They ended up not filming it. I'm like 99% sure.
So all of this to literally just not even have it on TV.
Like, I'm 99% sure on that.
Either way, either they didn't or they did. Irregardless, it doesn't make sense that she has a huge wedding.
Well, and I think this is what carries us into our next scene too. It's Kandi and Kenya are having lunch, and Kenya's kind of talking about the conversation she'd had with Cynthia. And Kandi says, well, last time she got married, she did it on TV, and it was amidst their brokenness. Now she's got some money, and she wants to do it upright this time and have a big, beautiful wedding and not be worried about the financials of it.
I literally wrote that down. I was marriage in the middle of brokenness. I was
yes,
like, that is some shade there. But also accurate.
It's true. I mean, I think that's why she's wanting to do it.
I have to say, Kandi was really killing her confessionals this week.
She was just so funny.
I forget who even else was talking in confessionals because I just keep remembering Kandi coming in with like her funny quips and just like.
Well, I was thinking like Kandi's just so happy and light now, and I guess like thinking in my mind, what's changed for her? Maybe during this pandemic. A lot of people have been buying candy-coated nights, so her money is way up right now. And nothing makes her happier than being rich. So maybe she's made a lot of money off candy-coated nights.
And maybe her other baby she just had.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever, that too.
No, I like to think it's candy-coated nights.
Forgot about that. Oh, sorry.
Anyways, doesn't Kenya even say something about she wants to plan...
She said, I feel like I ruined her engagement.
Yes, that's what it was.
So I want to throw her a party. AKA, she had already had the whole party planned. She just wanted to bring Kandi on as a co-host because she knows that if she invites a lot of the girls, none of them will show up because they don't like Kenya.
I was going to say, they will show up for Kandi, but not Kenya.
Not for Kenya, exactly.
Another annoying part of this launch is when Kenya decides to start tearing Porsha down a little bit or throwing shade at her.
She definitely is like almost...
her protester.
Well, she made a comment like, oh, I saw she was arrested again, like being shady. And Kandi was like, what do you mean again? Like, why are you trying to throw that out like that?
Yeah, Kandi like caught it immediately and was like, hey,
like she's out there fighting for Black Lives Matter. She's out there fighting for Brooklyn and PJ's future. Like, I don't understand how Kenya doesn't see that. Like, the fact that she thinks anything is bad about it.
Well, she tried to pawn it off as like, oh, Porsha didn't have a mask on at the protest. And I was like, that's when I was like, you're reaching. You're really looking for something to be mad at.
It cuts to a scene of her with the party planner that's throwing a party for Cynthia. It cuts to a scene where she's with her and she's not wearing her mask. Well, like, don't throw shade about that when you're doing the same thing.
I even wrote down, I was like, it's a little jarring, like, from scene to scene. Sometimes they're wearing a mask. Sometimes they're wearing a shield.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just out in public not. It's like, it really just keeps, like, it's kind of like a little bit of whiplash when it's like, are we caring about this pandemic on the show? Are we not?
Well, I think it's of the mindset, too, which we'll get to Dallas next, obviously. But Stephanie says something in the line of, like, we're filming a TV show. We've all been tested a million times.
But I'm saying just like then dedicate yourself to just not wearing a mask. I don't know. It's just like
I get it.
Saying,
like
the mask. It just throws me for a second.
No,
but
I get that.
I just wanted to say that. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that way, but I definitely did. Oh God! And then we get to see our new favorite couple.
I mean, Drew and Ralph. Whenever you come into the show with so many marital problems already, it's just like you guys aren't gonna have a really hard time making it.
since you're newly engaged,
Oh,
is
God.
this the poster couple for marriage?
This is the opposite of the poster couple for marriage. He is just not nice to her. And she, like, puts up with it. It's really strange to me. I don't understand the dynamic.
I don't either. And I like that she's open, but everything she's open about makes me cringe and it makes me so uncomfortable. So it's like, I can't decide if I'm like, oh, I like that she's talking about her marriage and how dysfunctional it is, or I don't know you enough. I'm not ready to hear this information.
We're not invested enough in your storyline to come in and just it be all negative. It's really all negative in the relationship, and that's what we're hearing about. And I understand she's trying to showcase like the realities of like marriage and a struggle, but that's not the realities of most marriages. Like,
no,
that's a lot.
And did you see like when they were doing their therapy session, and he like awkwardly touches her shoulder, and she's like, what did you just do?
And he was like, I thought you were about to cry. Like, it was so, like, it was
But that
like a
shoulder
robot.
rub was nothing about, like, I'm going to help you if you're crying. It was like, hi, ma'am, I've never met before.
It was robotic. It was weird.
It
was very weird.
I just want to say, I want to get to know Drew, but I want to get to know Drew single.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a bold hot take.
But it does make me sad because she has kids and stuff, but this marriage is fucked up.
Well, she was on Watch What Happens Live afterwards, and Andy was asking her questions about it. Just a quick one. Any question he asked, like, she would answer it in such a weird roundabout way. Like, she never, like, he'd be like, how does it feel to see your relationship play out like this? She's like, we're just working through. He's like, do you think it's normal the way he talks to you? Do you think it's normal that he goes on these trips? She's like, like, it is what it is. It was very weird,
was
very
she
toxic.
Talking in present tense?
Yes, like how they are
because
now.
This has been filmed, months and months ago.
Well, that's what he was trying to ask her. He was like, how is it reliving it? And she's like, he's just making such an effort now. But I'm like, it doesn't matter. The things that he have done are so not normal that it's strange.
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyways, next up, we have Lauren, Porsha's sister, calling Cynthia to invite her to the party that she's throwing for Porsha in honor of all the stuff that she's doing for Black Lives Matter. She calls Cynthia, and Cynthia says, okay, like, of course I'm there. Is Kenya invited? And Lauren's like, no. She's like, but what if she comes and she's on her best behavior? Yeah, okay, so she can come then. Like, she definitely, like, apprehensively.
I was gonna say, it was a little like, yeah,
you can bring her.
You do it. Yeah, if you're doing your +1 kind of thing.
And then it switches to Cynthia talking to you want to go somewhere else?
Oh, no, I thought you were going to say that weird cut where, like, Cynthia was, like, kissing a mannequin.
That's what I was talking about.
I thought you were going to say Mike. I was like, no, that mannequin.
I call it the Mike-akin. Like, I was like, it's the Mike-akin that she was making out with. This is so insane. Like, girl, you've done it at one time already. You know how this drill goes. Like, you've been married already. You know how this works.
It was just...
It was jarring.
But it was so Cynthia. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I saw that and I was like, that's something Cynthia would do.
Cynthia doing the most
Literally.
On 10, 10, 20. I like to say 10, 10, 20 is, like, ingrained in my brain. Like, I never want to hear 10, 10, 20 again. And 10, I just said it 5 times in a sentence. I just said it 5 times in a sentence.
And then after that amazing scene with her Mike-akin?
With the Mike-akin.
Mike-akin.
That's what we're calling it. Hashtag Mike-akin.
She calls Kenya to invite her to the party. And even after being invited to a party that's kind of showcasing Porsha's work she's been doing in the community, Kenya's still throwing shade.
She said something along the lines of, like, oh, I wish that I could get people together to throw me a party for everything I do. It's like, no, like, that's not this. Like, this is a huge thing that Porsha's out there doing. She's been arrested, 3 times now? Out there protesting, keeping Breonna Taylor's name alive, keeping people's names alive, and she has nothing nice to say.
And Kenya just wants to bring her down.
She really does. She just, like, puts out such negative energy.
This is unnecessary. Porsha makes me happy again in this next scene.
Porsha Luther King in the house.
Yeah, because she literally, her and Tanya are driving to her surprise party. And Tanya's out, like, pumping gas. And Porsha's taking selfies in the car. I was like, if this isn't me, I don't know what else. I was like, yeah, you go pump the gas. This is great lighting.
Well, Tanya was even asking questions outside the car. She was like, what do I do? Is the gas done at this? And she was like, click, click, click. I was like, yes, Porsha.
Porsha did look great.
Amazing. But they went to lunch, her, Marlo, and Tanya. And they kind of ask her about her relationship with Dennis. And she's like, we're not together right now. But he buys me a Chanel bag every day.
Every day.
I was like, I'm trying to find me a Dennis. Like, a bag every day. Just for co-parenting, just for being a good mom to PJ.
I do love that Marlo is the friend that I feel like everyone wants to be. Where she's like, you and Dennis are getting back together. I say within 90 days. And it's like... Because everyone knows that friend that goes back and forth in a relationship. And you always just want to be like, no, We know you're going back to him.
Told you so.
But it's also kind of funny because Portia's not over here doing any like sob stories. She's kind of just like, we're figuring it out.
Well, she's happy. She's like, we're good. Like,
fine.
It's not like, I think that he hurt her really bad. Like,
the first couple times, I think.
So I think now she's kind of like, and she always really wanted a baby. She's got her baby. She's happy. She's got her mom or
all
sister.
These Chanel bags.
She's got a Chanel bag every day. I would be happy too. Right after this, Cynthia has to call Kenya and tell her that she has been uninvited from the party because she got a text from Lauren saying, you know what, I changed my mind. Like, I just don't think that Kenya is going to come in with the right energy, the right vibes. And that did not go well.
I mean, Kenya, again, breaks the fourth wall. And she's kind of like, producers, did you know this was happening?
Someone's paying for my hair and makeup.
Someone's paying for my hair and makeup. So she was definitely pissed. But did you happen to see, like, on Instagram where Lauren posted that she actually texted Cynthia 2 hours after she called her?
Yes, and she waited.
And Cynthia decided to wait to tell. It wasn't Lauren. Lauren did it pretty quickly after because she realized, like, hey, you know what, I felt a little bit awkward on the phone, but now I'm going to, not invite Kenya.
I'm going to say that
Cynthia did it.
Kenya is a bit of like a hyena. She'll bite your head off. I might have procrastinated telling her too.
Yes,
that she wasn't invited.
Procrastination to the point where she's getting her hair and makeup done.
That wasn't the best.
That's call. Cynthia's bad. I'm sorry. Like, I get the procrastination a little bit, but an hour or two before the party, that's rough.
Well, Kenya, when she gets off the phone, she's obviously mad at Cynthia because I feel like she wanted Cynthia to just not go to the party. That's the vibe I was getting. But she calls Candy immediately and she's like, hey, I won't be coming to the party. Got uninvited. I don't know why she'd uninvite me thinking that I'm going to be negative. And then it cuts to Candy saying, well, I can think of a few times in her confessional. And the producing was just like chef's kiss on this. It cuts to like 5 different times that Kenya's been an absolute mess. And then she does her little Kenya more hair care, which is our absolute
I do have to say, that was such a hilarious moment.
So
as good. Shitty as it was, I laugh every time I see it.
I absolutely
love it. It's just so insane.
So much. We get to the party and we see it. An amazing party.
Yeah.
Lauren did such a good job.
I just have to say, Lauren is the best sister. I've really enjoyed seeing Lauren's relationship with Porsha. I probably have said this before because I'm so obsessed with it. I love the relationship between Laura, Porsha, and her mom. Mm-hmm. Everything's great. So I'm happy to see we're celebrating Porsha. And the family's there because her mom's there and Lauren's there.
I agree. LaToya is also there. LaToya is coming in hot.
A hard right turn.
Coming in hot. LaToya's sitting there with Fallon, Fallon's been on once before. By the way, every time Fallon walks in, like my jaw drops. She is like a supermodel. But she's sitting there talking about, like, I think they're talking about ages. Like, I'm 31, she's 33.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other girl's name that was asking them. But LaToya was like, oh, how many kids do you have? And she's like, we have 5 between me and my husband. And LaToya said, oh, because your husband's older, isn't he? I can tell you like to date older men. Like, she was just trying to be so shady to her.
It's reaching.
Sorry,
like I'm just thinking of like even a better word than that because it's like it's not even just reaching. It's just trying too hard. Yeah. It's just. It was unnecessary.
It was ridiculous. Well, that's when Candy once again came with a funny moment in the confessionals and said, have y'all noticed that LaToya is Kenya on steroids?
Exactly.
Like, it's true.
But the thing is, we have a Kenya. We don't need another Kenya.
Yeah, we don't need another Kenya.
Like, Kenya's already there doing that job. Yeah. We don't need someone else to fall in. Which, the only thing I like that LaToya does is gets Kenya drunk, which I think Kenya loosens up.
I think Kenya has a better time with her.
We don't see that a lot with Kenya, her loosening up.
No, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
But when Kenya's not there, LaToya thinks that she has to be the center.
She's filling in for Kenya. It's, like, unnecessary. But Porsha walks into her party, and I literally got chills when she walked in. She was, like, crying, and the picture of her with her grandfather Hosea, and that I love that picture so much. She looks just like PJ whenever she was little. Mm-hmm. Like it was so
and
sweet.
he was like holding her. It's the cutest picture.
So cute,
and she's carrying on his legacy,
and she's doing a great job. That's the thing. Like she makes a speech at the end of the episode, and it's just like how far she's come.
Yeah, is
really amazing, and how much she's doing. Like she's really out on the front lines working and.
We talk about Housewives arcs, and I think Porsha has had a huge one, and in the best way possible. Like, everything is coming to focus for her. Well, her life's coming together.
In her speech that she got up and said, she said, we want to have nice cars, and, like, we want to have nice clothes and all these things, but it doesn't matter if you get killed tomorrow. Yeah. And that could have been any one of us who got killed.
And I like that Porsha's standing up. in saying that, but also everyone except Kenya is rallying around her. It was a good episode. I just liked that it highlighted Porsha again. Yeah. And also just kind of showed Kenya for who she is. Yeah. Like, it was a little annoying. You know, just give someone credit where credit is due.
The Kenya stans on the internet are ruthless. Like, they will tear you apart. If you say one thing about Kenya, she has a lot of stans. So, please don't come for us.
I mean, don't come for us.
Please don't.
We are done with Atlanta today.
Yes. And on that note, we are moving on.
Moving on to the premiere of Dallas Housewives.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but we are Texas born and raised. It was nice whenever they decided to bring a Housewives to Dallas. Wasn't the strongest start, but you know, we
definitely not the strongest
not
start
at all.
And
I can't even say that they did. But
shocked that she came back for a season 2. I mean, I talk about this all the time. The fact that DC did not get a season 2 after the entire chaos that was that season is still mind blowing to me.
Yeah. Dallas was originally going to be a charity series on Bravo. It wasn't supposed to be a Housewives series.
Oh,
so that's why if you watch the first season, it's all about charity, which is what everyone hated because it made no sense.
I start charities, Megan.
Oh, nice crossover to OC. Okay,
sorry about that.
So that's a charity show as well. No, but they weren't supposed to be Housewives. So
yeah, that's interesting.
So I think the growing pains were really felt between season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
They definitely hit their stride season 3, 4.
Yes.
And
now we're 5?
Now we're 5, I think.
God, I can't believe we're on 5 already.
I know, right?
But
5 seasons of Stephanie Holman. I'm happy about it.
Queen Stephanie. We commented on our Instagram a picture of you, and he actually died. Like, I had to revive him.
Yeah, I was literally like, Cassidy, this is all I have to see for my last day.
Like,
I'm
usually
okay with that.
you see people commenting, LOL, oh my god, I'm so dead, and you're behind your keyboard like this. Like, you actually died.
Yeah,
you were like, I'm dead.
Yeah, and I laid on my couch and said, don't talk to me.
Thank you, Stephanie. You're the best.
Yes. So it was a season premiere, so I'm excited. It's back. I mean, way to bring in a 2021, I have to say.
Who had your favorite tagline?
Who was it? Shit.
Chase, I'm so glad that it was the best day of your life, the best way to bring in 2021, and you don't remember a single housewife. I know you. I can tell. You don't know one.
I don't remember any of the taglines, guys. It's only the first episode.
I live for the taglines, and you do not give a shit.
I don't live for the taglines. I live for the actual person because they're bigger than their tagline. Okay.
Oh my god, I can't.
There's more to a person than just a tagline.
I'm gonna tell you mine. Mine was Carrie's, and she said. Oh, do you remember?
I actually remember that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. It was like, if you take a shot of tequila, you don't get Corona. That's not it.
That's not at all.
She says that in the episode. But it's
you were so convinced that you were right too, weren't you?
Okay.
Okay. It's close to that, but it is not that.
Okay.
It is, if you take a shot at me, it better be tequila. Not if you take a shot at tequila, you're not going to get the Corona.
But we get to that in the episode where she does say that.
I mean, do you want to skip to the end of the episode and we're
done? Yeah, and we're done.
It was the best day of his life.
So I've never loved a day more.
Oh my god.
Okay, but we actually do open up on Mama D and Deandra trying on wigs, which I loved.
Twinning in their wigs.
I love, essentially, so how many housewives do we have? Is there 6 of them?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Mama D's the 7th. Because she literally is the opening scene of the episode.
We love Mama D. Mm-hmm. I mean, I quote all the time, I don't give a dog's rip what you do. I say that to anyone at any time. I
was kind of thinking this, though. Mama D's the Patricia of, Southern Charm in Dallas. Because...
Yeah.
I've talked some shit about Patricia being on the show. But I do like that Mama D and Deandra kind of just play off each other. It's fun. Also, I think she's fun.
I would say it's different because Mama D, Deandra is actually a main cast member. Whitney isn't a main cast member on Southern Charm.
That's a good point.
They just have to force him in to bring her in.
That's really okay.
Whereas Deandra is a main character and Mama D is an icon.
So we saw them at the beginning, and I have to say Deandra looked just like Mama D when she had that.
They were twinning. The exact same person.
I mean, Mama D's wig wasn't really her style. It was that big red, kind of curly thing. Wasn't good, but that was Deandra in the Mama D wig was hilarious.
Twins.
And then they filmed during COVID, so the next scene is all the girls getting on a Zoom.
A real Zoom call, by the way, because Southern Charm's been throwing us some fake Zooms.
I was saying, that was a real Zoom call, because half of them didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, it was silent.
And it was blurry, and there was no ring lights around.
Yeah, that was real.
They were definitely hey guys, get on a Zoom call, we're gonna film it.
Yeah.
casual. I think in the Zoom call, they like say something because Deandra is all done up. Like she's had her hair and makeup and she looks great.
She's committed to this ponytail like the entire time.
In that like 70s flip.
Yeah, the very like I Dream a Genie. I think
yes, it is that. There you go. That's what I was thinking.
She looks great.
Yeah, I mean, insane. I mean, it's a facelift.
Yeah.
But they did say something about like, oh, Deandra, what have you been doing? Why are you so done up? And she was like, oh, like I'm having date night. Like I wanted to spice it up because usually me and Jeremy?
Hot hubby. Isn't that what she calls him?
Hot hubby. Yeah,
Hot
she
hubby.
does. Have been having sex in the pool and all this stuff. And I usually hate when a housewife overly talks about sex because I think that means they're not really having sex in their marriage. But with them,
you were like, I want to see.
Not just that, but I was like, I actually believe Deandra's a freaky girl in bed.
Oh, not a freak.
I just believe it. I believe it and I love it. And I'm here for it.
Oh my god.
So I give her a pass for talking about sex.
Hot take. Deandra's a freak. Okay, so Cam gets the first solo scene.
She does?
She's making peanut butter jelly and Oreos.
Carbs.
I'm like, carbs. I'm so scarred right now. I can't.
She's like opening that bread and I just like start salivating.
I could smell it. Yeah, but on a more somber note, she's talking about how Louis had passed away. And I think we all had seen like on Instagram. And what we didn't know was that she was in New York at the time and Court was at home, her husband. And he had forgotten to give Louis his medicine. So she was like really blaming him. And I can't imagine. I would be holding like so much resentment towards my partner.
And Louis was 16. And I have to say, both of us being dog owners, I never want to think of the day of that happening. Yeah. But I couldn't imagine not being there when it did happen.
And being so far away. Like being
like you can't just get home. And
But we did find out it wasn't Court's fault. She did an autopsy and he just died of natural causes. I mean, he was 16. That's a great life.
I mean,
like,
a great life. I think it's just more like, oh, I wasn't there. I'm going to... looking for someone to kind of like put the blame on. Yeah. And then we get to be introduced to a maniac named Fancy.
Oh my god, Fancy. It was the best part of like they were kind of talking about her like, oh, we're getting Fancy back today, the dog, but we haven't seen what she looks like. But they hear a doorbell ring and they all go sprinting to the door in slow motion. I love that scene. That made me laugh so hard. He had the trainer, which by the way, hot trainer.
I was going to say, we can't pass up the hot trainer.
He had an accountability calendar for Fancy, and the whole time he's telling them this, like, and it was a freaking like loaded day. It was like noon, do this, 12:15, do this, 12:30, do this. The whole time he's doing this and trying to be like, don't get Fancy hyped up, it's gonna make her behave badly. They're doing that the entire time.
Exactly. I can't help but scream or squeal or whatever whenever they're being cute.
Oh, 100%. My dog is badly behaved. He has a little tag on his collar that says obedience school dropped out because he dropped out of 2 obedience schools, and it's totally on me.
I mean, Fancy got through the dog school, but throughout the episode you kind of see like Fancy like not be doing as well because like Cameron is not training her.
I just love that she got her on the treadmill, and I mean I love that Fancy was on treadmill in the first place, but she starts tinkling down the treadmill as she's walking on it, which was amazing.
Speaking of hot dog trainer, which I found
hot dog trainer. Are you talking about Dennis from Atlanta?
I didn't get it at first.
Lack of carbs.
Hot dog trainer. No, not Dennis. This guy, unnamed fancy trainer.
No, he had a name, but we don't know.
I don't know his name.
He also made a little bit of a mistake, as our friend Peru noticed.
Oh yes. Whenever he pulled up that sign you were talking about, that had all of the daily directions.
The calendar.
It was like the calendar. Spelled with an E.
He's misspelled calendar. I was like, no, nobody spell checked for him.
We don't need him smart.
We just need him hot. That works for us. Perfect.
So that was funny. I loved being introduced to Fancy in that way because I related to it.
Well, next up, Stephanie is going over to Brandi's for a slip and slide. And this is what we talked about earlier in Atlanta. Because she walks in and she hugs Brandi. And producers clearly say, so what's the rule on hugging in this pandemic? She was like, look. We're filming a TV show. We've all been tested like 1,000,000 times. Don't hate tweet us. And I feel like the producers did set that up on purpose just to be like, we don't want to get all the tweets and things. Like, we're being safe.
But also I was like, you know what? I'm happy you just came out and said it. It's like this whole back and forth, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah. It's so jarring. Yeah. I'm like, are we doing it? Are we not? And her just being like, we're on a TV show. Yeah. Sorry to break the fourth wall, but it is what it is. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's go.
I'm glad that they did that. Deandra and Mama D are having dinner, and they invited new housewife, Tiffany, over.
Already love her.
And I love whenever Mama D was describing Tiffany, she was like, oh God, when I met her, I was like, she's beautiful. She's so intelligent. She's funny. She reminds me so much of myself. Yeah, that's what I was like, yes, Mama D.
It's so good.
Amazing.
But Tiffany drove up in her Bentley SUV.
Is rich.
That's what I need.
I have never been more jealous of a housewife than I am of Tiffany. Like, she has it all. Genius.
Yeah.
She's rich. Like, she's beautiful.
She has adorable children.
She's beautiful. She's
great
beautiful
husband.
Children.
It's like the list goes on.
She has it all. It's like, I hate how much I'm jealous of her. And I also like her. She's also nice.
Yeah, she's also cool.
Yeah.
So she comes over to have lunch with Mama D and Deandra at Mama D's house. And they're just kind of like talking about, like, as we said, like, Tiffany's a doctor. Mm-hmm. So we talked about the hospitals, any problems, stuff like that. She's like, no, we're good, but, So
we're on, like, yellow. Like, green's good, red's bad, we're in yellow.
So they like, kind of talk about that a little bit, but they get into what they really needed to get into, which I think if you follow Bravo, you've heard of Brandi's Instagram story, where she's mocking the Asian culture. It's not great.
No.
It's really not great. Deandra essentially says, have you seen it? And Tiffany is like, yeah,
because Tiffany doesn't know Brandi. They were like, do you know Brandi? And she's like, I know of her. I'm familiar with what happened. And I think the whole time, the biggest issue with this is that, like, Deandra and Mama D were, like, defending Brandi. I felt like they almost were, like, her lawyer presenting it to Tiffany and being like, she's not racist, she's not this, she's not that. And Tiffany's like, that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to tell you how I feel and my experience with it. You don't get to tell me how to feel.
Deandra can just realize or say this is a problem.
Right.
How do you feel about this problem? Because it's horrible.
Exactly. Like, how did that affect you?
Yeah.
Because you're the one that's affected, not me. I'm not going to tell you how to feel, and I'm not going to try to defend anything.
And I think it was like, how are you feeling? But Brandi's sad, but how are you feeling?
Well, it also cut to, at the same time, Brandi and Stephanie at the Slip and Slide are having this conversation. And I just feel like Brandi saying that she went through a lot emotionally and she was depressed and wanted to kill herself. Obviously, that's insane. You don't want that for anyone. But on the flip side, she's almost made herself the victim in this story. Like, you made a mistake. You need to own up to it more. Like, you don't need to sit there and cry and make yourself the victim about it. Yeah. You need to be strong about it. Say, I've really messed up. And I need to have a conversation with whoever wants to have a conversation with me about it. And I can tell them, I can express how sorry I am. Yeah. Like, she doesn't need to. Because she even tweeted after that, like, it was for comedic, like, something.
She, in that doubles down on it, it's like, she didn't immediately admit guilt. She was trying to defend her actions, which in that case, there's no defending the action.
Exactly.
You just admit to it and try to move on and learn and grow from it.
That just makes me feel like you're
so it's hard to see it now.
Yeah,
it's hard to see it now.
I feel like she's only remorseful because she's gotten all this backlash about it.
And we have Tiffany on the show, which is great, but I just wish it was more like she came on the show for her actual accolades, because she is such a strong woman. Family woman,
I feel
a
like
doctor.
It's 85% because of her accolades, and I think she's going to genuinely be an amazing addition.
She's perfect.
But the other 15%, Bravo is like, oh, well, like, look, we've brought on an Asian housewife now, which doesn't... So but we've kept Brandi. That's the issue.
Yeah, I understand that backlash completely.
Yeah, that's the issue.
It's interesting. We get a nice scene at Cam's garage sale.
Okay, what I would do to be like on a jog around the neighborhood and end up at Cam's garage sale. I mean, like, Gucci dress for like $400. Like, I don't care if it doesn't fit me. I will make it fit me. I will never eat again.
She was even selling $30,000 curtains.
Yeah,
the price wasn't $30,000, but they bought them at $30,000. They were selling them in the garage sale.
I'm sorry, why do $30,000 curtains exist?
I don't understand.
That's insane. Some of the stuff she had there, I mean, you just know you could have gotten a Chanel bag for a steal. Like, I would have loved to have wondered up on that. That's all I kept thinking the entire time.
Also, I hate to say it, a garage sale during COVID, really?
No, that's true. That's a whole nother... I mean, I do feel like they were trying to space it out and everyone had on masks. Like, I feel like they were trying to do their best with it, but it's still not a great call.
But it's like a garage sale. We don't really need it
also,
right
they
now.
don't need the money.
No.
And
like, she made $24,000.
Yeah,
did you hear that?
That's unreal.
Oh, it was so crazy.
Unreal.
The thing that I took out of this is we meet another new girl, Jen.
Yeah.
So she isn't a full-time housewife, but she's a friend of. But it seems like she's going to be in the mix quite a bit.
She's going to be like, I think, LaToya in Atlanta. Who's like been in it a lot now.
Fellow redhead to Brandi.
Yeah, she is.
She seems sweet. I mean, she was great in that.
Well, and Cam knows her because she went to high school with Court.
Yes, that was actually really interesting.
For 15 years.
Yeah, she went to high school with Court. I thought that was... I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I always love a new housewife that actually has relations to other housewives, and like it's a genuine like friendship.
And that's what I've always have so far liked about Dallas, they've kind of kept that pretty close.
It's like real people who
everyone
know
knows each other, and they've known each other.
No, I agree.
So the casting hasn't gotten too far out yet.
I agree.
I think Tiffany might be the furthest out, but she said she knew Mama D because like Mama D's been at the hospital
a lot,
and Mama D volunteers
well,
at the hospital.
Well, and she said she knows Travis Holman too because they're on a board together.
Yes, you're right. So there you go. She's still tied in. Yeah.
Yeah, but speaking of Tiffany, our next scene, we get a solo scene of Tiffany, and once again, like we said, we were very jealous of her. Home is beautiful. I mean, her kids are adorable. She's talking about her accolades, like we said. I mean, she became a doctor at 23.
It's insane.
Like, that's insane.
And she said she met her husband the night she graduated?
Yeah, she said it met him, and she said Inda Club. I was like, yes, girl.
I do have to say her daughters were adorable, but they also were so confident in front of the camera.
Oh, yeah, they weren't
like,
shying
they
away.
were ready to go. They were like, camera who? Like, I'm just gonna, like,
well, she had twin girls, and they said, she's like, people always ask me if, like, twins run in my family. No, even my ovaries are overachievers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was funny. I was like,
I love that. So Stephanie's hosting, I think she was kind of saying the first party where they're all getting together, like, when COVID's come down a little bit, they say. And it's Texas themed, of course.
A Texas themed barbecue.
In Dallas? What are you talking about? Why wouldn't it be Texas themed?
I love Stephanie's look at the barbecue too. She had a Gucci like headband, her short blonde hair, gorgeous blue dress. Looks like a goddess walking in.
Ask me if I liked it.
I mean, I don't have to ask you. I don't have to ask you. But everyone gets there and they like go to sit down at the table and like kiki, and they're all sitting around. And I think before they did their rose and thorn, they had a conversation about vaginas looking like a gobbler.
Yes.
I do not know what that means.
Are you looking for me to explain?
I would like you to tell me about the female anatomy.
I think that scene kind of was my first pause to Jennifer because, like, she quickly went and did that with Brandi. Yeah. And I don't think they know each other that well.
Well, they were like, redheads unite. Like, we have a special bond.
Yeah,
so
which is great.
Maybe that's true.
Brandi has a fellow redhead. That's great.
Said they had the same
But do you just immediately start showing your vagina to other people?
Only if they're fellow redheads.
And I felt like Jen was just, like, too excited to do it. I was like, okay, she's playing it up.
She was coming in hot for the show, for sure.
But it wasn't, like, that bad. It was just, like, that was kind of just, like, just my first little, like, okay.
I agree. So they're sitting around. They decide to do a rose and thorn. Like, Carrie's like, oh, my rose is that I've got to spend more time with my children. Thorn is the business is doing bad. Deandra said that she went and saw a shaman and got off all of her meds and stuff, and she was doing really good, and that's something that she would have never done, which I was like, good for her. They start talking about, Tiffany says hers is like, spending more time with my children. Obviously the bad is like coronavirus, and it pans to producers asking her in her confessional, what would you say to someone who said coronavirus is fake? Yeah. She would be like, I'm probably not going to talk to you anymore or be friends with you. Also, like, the sky is blue. Coronavirus is real. I'm a doctor. I'm a scientist. Like, this isn't facts that you can dispute.
As I say, it is what it is. It's here.
A fact.
It's fact. And they go around. They keep going around. I think we go to Brandi next,
We get
right?
to Brandi, yeah.
Yeah, we get to Brandi, and Brandi starts to cry.
Well, she says, I'm going to back it up a little bit before 2020. Yeah. My negative.
Yeah.
And she talks about the video that she made. And like you say, she starts crying. And everyone at the table is like, thank you so much for being so vulnerable. We love you so much. Thoughts?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just like, that's the issue here.
That's the exact... Well, everyone except Tiffany was like,
Brandi's
I think I need more to drink.
Victim.
Like, that's exactly the point. And the producers even asked Carrie, because she's the number one supporter of Brandi on this, what's the difference between what Brandi did and what Leanne did? And she's like, Leanne did it with hate in her heart. And by the way, it flashes back to Leanne's scene from last year. I mean, just reliving it.
It was shocking.
So
like, it's shocking every time. Bad. Especially when they package them all in a row.
It is like...
wild.
Yeah, it is horrible.
So I get where I guess she's coming from, but we're not there right now. We're in this moment.
We're in this moment, and this is just as big of a deal. It's just it's bad too. And Tiffany says it's almost like she hit someone and then started crying. Like and people are treating her like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah. So Brandi gets up because she's crying, and she goes and talks to Carrie. That's when Carrie's kind of like hyping her up and being like, "You're fine. You're good. You're good."
Yeah.
Tiffany walks outside because she's like, "Okay, I need a breather, obviously." And then they collect themselves, and I think it's time where Stephanie's kind of like, y'all should talk.
Yeah.
Like, it's we're time. There.
Yeah.
And, Tiffany does something that she doesn't have to do.
Right.
White people are not entitled to be taught by people of color
how not to behave and how to behave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of saying earlier what Tiffany was a little bit too nice, which also, that makes she's just an outstanding person.
Yeah.
Because she decided to, take that moment to tell Brandi her backstory, to tell her why it's offensive.
Yeah.
Why it's offensive to me, to my culture, to my family, to my daughters, to everyone.
Exactly.
And she didn't have to do that.
No. But I think the way that she was explaining it was like so powerful too. She was like, my parents left, to come to America when I was 3. I didn't see them for 3 years. Like, I came here by myself. Mm-hmm. I had to learn English completely. And like, people made fun of me and were horrible to me, and like doing the things that you did in that video.
I would say she said exactly what you're doing in the video is what people have done to me my entire life, and it triggered me essentially, and fair enough.
Brandi starts crying again immediately. I just like she's constantly victimizing herself, but we get it to be continued.
Yeah, so we'll see how it ends. I'm really
curious to see how this plays out.
Yeah,
but good for Tiffany. Like, she's come in like, I'm gonna say my piece on this. Like, we're gonna have this conversation. No. I'm not shying away from it.
No.
Like, I know that y'all are all white, and I'm not gonna play up to you and how y'all are being on the show. Like, I'm going to come in and tell my truth, and this is ridiculous, and I'm calling it out.
Yeah. I think it was a really good episode. Like, I think it sets up a lot of, like, how are we going to see the season go?
Right.
Because we do address a huge problem in the first episode. Uh-huh. I'm just curious if it's going to, Tiffany and Brandi are going to deal with it now, or is it going to kind of spread out?
Yeah, are they going to, like, become friends? Is she going to,
yeah,
not necessarily forgive her, but is she going to, accept her remorse from it and move forward, or is it going to be something that's going on for the rest of the season? I think that's a fair question, and we don't know. They haven't really given us an insight. We got a to be continued. We don't know how Brandi's going to react to Tiffany's telling her story. We don't know how Tiffany's going to react to Brandi's reaction. So I think next week will be a really telling episode for how the rest of the season's going to go.
It's a good point. You're right. So that was Dallas.
I really enjoyed the first episode overall. I addressed the hard-hitting issues, and we'll see.
We have a whole season ahead of us.
A whole season ahead.
And then we have our old trusty Salt Lake City.
Oh, you got the Dallas accent on your Salt Lake City.
I'm carrying it over.
Okay, ma'am. We kick it off that Jen is throwing a surprise party for Sharif. She's laying in bed planning it. Hip-hop and golf.
Hip-hop and golf,
Which, at the end, we find out it's at Top Golf. I can't believe that I didn't even register in my mind.
Ever since I moved here, I wanted to play Top Golf, and we haven't done it yet, so I'm very sad.
I love Top Golf.
I just felt, right whenever you're like, that's Top Golf, I was like, oh, this would be happening, because I want to play so bad. Mind you, I don't know how to play golf at all.
I do.
But you know what? It would be fun anyway, because they have drinks and they have food.
And golf. It's fun.
And Cassie's really good at golf, so she can show me.
So it's another one I can win, even though we tied today, okay?
I will say, Jen tried to claim another word or create another word. Shawbulous?
Yeah, like Shaw-mazing is where it's at. Shawbulous is going to be a
Shaw. Oh, actually, you created Shaw
Chalet. Yeah. She said Shaw Chalet. I combined it. But yeah, Shawbulous is not going to work.
I was like, girl, you're trying.
She tried it.
That was weird. But I think the biggest thing we got out of the first opening scene was she's not inviting Mary to this party.
Right. So then, of course, we got to cut to Mary.
Yeah.
And she is FaceTiming with her granddad. And that's the only way I'm gonna address it. That's the only way I'm addressing it. She's FaceTiming with her granddaddy, and he's checking out a house in Florida that apparently they own. And she says, when my grandma died, she left me houses, she left me churches, she left me mortgage companies, she left me daycares, she left me
a wooden leg,
a country, a wooden leg, she left me
a broken heel,
she left me the fountain of youth. Like, what else did she leave her?
Everything.
She
under
left
the goddamn
me. She
sun.
discovered the 8th wonder in the world. Like, she discovered everything. I don't know.
Yeah. And
what
then,
did she leave for her?
Everything.
But she also says...
Oh, her granddad.
Exactly. She also says, and she even left me her husband. I was like, oh my God.
Okay, how could Mary get mad that the other girls are talking about her being a grandpa epper when she refers to it every confessional?
That's my thing. Like, she doesn't get to get offended about it whenever it's all she talks about. Mm-hmm. Like, it's her entire storyline.
Yeah, I mean, entertaining storyline, but it isn't her entire storyline.
Yes.
I also have to say, we got a little glimpse of Charlinda, and I jumped, because I was like, that poor girl.
Poor Charlinda.
Has Charlinda seen this where her own family
You were hitting with a country accent again.
I don't know why. I'm stuck.
It's definitely not the vodka. It's not anything to do with the vodka.
I've heard the vodka is less carbs. So we're drinking that because we are keto now.
Skin tea. So then we meet Heather's ex, Billy, who comes in to celebrate a little Valentine's moment. And she says one time they were at the movies when they had first started dating, or when they were married, and they had seen Scary Movie 3, and there was a scene about a glory hole. And she was like down to stay for the movie, and he got up and left and was like, I'm withholding sex from you for 2 months or whatever. Like, okay.
Not to call you out, Cassidy, but when he first walked in that door, you're like, oh, he's hot.
I did. Oh, no, I did. Oh, my God. No, stop. That was so rude. That's not what I said. I was like, oh, okay, like, he's cute. And then I was like, oh, okay, he's not.
Oh, okay, there's a glory hole.
But next up, we have Mary, dressed like in all pink, like Pepto-Bismol, Patrick Star, realness. Like, it was a moment.
Like, those boots were wild. And then you add the whole pink outfit.
But she proceeds to talk about how much she loves fashion, and fashion is her everything. Like, she literally is like a high-end hoarder. The house was horrific.
Yeah, because Whitney comes over to hang out, and Whitney walks in. It's so funny. Whitney's walking in, and you clearly know, like, Mary's wearing this outfit to get a compliment. Uh-huh. So Mary walks in, and she gives her the up-down. She's like, cool.
Well, I think, doesn't Mary say I like your outfit to Whitney?
After Whitney's kind of like, cool. Oh, my And I think God. Mary's now fishing. She's like, you look so cute. Love your outfit. And Whitney's like, do I take my shoes off?
Yeah,
like, she was not giving it to her. No. Because she did not need to do that outfit. Neither did we.
I mean, it was horrendous.
And that's when she goes into, she's like, this is my closet.
And it was the whole house. Like,
it was, but also it was her bedroom.
Yeah,
Remember Whitney was like, she sleeps right here, and that's her closet. Well, I'm confused.
I really thought high-end hoarders, and then Whitney also said it's like an episode of Hoarders for rich people with a lot of clothes.
And again, it just goes back to, where is she getting all this money?
The people who go to her church and give, what's it called? Collection. The collection, you know she's spending that.
Not the collection.
Not the collection. Oh my God.
And I think the biggest takeaway from this is that Mary tells Whitney that Meredith and Lisa have called her on private numbers.
Yeah, that was
very weird.
Wild.
And told her that they are scared of Jen.
On private numbers.
Not the private numbers.
Not the private numbers.
Yeah, so she's been getting calls, and they've been telling her that they are scared of Jen.
Can you just see them on a burner phone stood in the
corner? I know, right? It's like snowing, they're freezing, they're in their stilettos, and they're like, I'm scared of Jen.
This is a lot. This is a lot to take in.
Meredith would be like, I'm scared of Jen.
I'm disengaging. I'm scared of Jen. Hung up.
And then we get an amazing family dinner at the Marks house.
I like literally like Seth and Meredith are talking. Like, oh, like we're gonna have this for dinner. And Brooks is like, ew, like, can you guys take this upstairs? It's like they're literally just talking.
I literally said, wow, can Brooks get any more immature?
I mean, you hate Brooks.
They're adult. You're an adult. Your parents were just separated, and now they're flirting. Shouldn't we be happy?
Flirting. They were literally like talking about what they were ordering for dinner, and like he was like, "Oh, are you wearing your wedding ring today?" Like it wasn't like they were like, "Let's get it on." It was nothing.
It was so innocent, but that's what it just highlights his immaturity.
Of course.
So I was like, "Oh, bye." And then we get Whitney a scene with, I don't even know her, Sarah, right?
Sarah, yeah.
Miss Chaotic from, I think, episode 2.
Boom, boom, happy birthday. Oh, it's not your birthday? Like, that was, like, one of the best lines ever. And she goes, oh, shiz, like, turns around.
That was so good. And she doesn't disappoint with her chaotic energy at this meeting either.
Absolutely does not.
She's literally just, like, talking to Whitney. Whitney's, like, trying to have a serious conversation. And she's like, do you want some pecans?
Do you want pecans? Or do you want walnuts on this? It was like, literally she waited till Whitney got there to make the spread of apples and walnuts together. It was like, girl, you couldn't have done this before she got there.
Whitney was literally like, I'm trying to have a deep conversation with you. Put them on the plate.
Well, she was trying to have a deep conversation. Like, this is such a wild story. Whitney said that whenever her and Justin got married, his parents kept up Justin's wedding photos with his ex-wife. But after 7 years of them being married, they finally added a photo of Whitney and Justin. As well, they also added a photo of okay, this is so chaotic, this conversation. Justin's ex-wife and her new husband. So there's just a wall at his parents' house of the ex and her new husband, him and Whitney, and then their wedding photo together.
I'm literally looking at you just trying to follow.
Like,
it's so
trying
wild.
to tell that story, I think I like blacked out 3 different times.
Yeah,
that is
I
insane.
definitely did. Because I could never imagine my parents doing that.
I would just love to see this wall. I kind of hope she posts a picture of it. I'd like, Whitney, please post a picture of this. That would be hilarious.
Oh, so cute.
A picture of the pictures.
And I honestly think we should just get into Coach Shaw's party. I think that's the meat of the episode.
That is the meat.
Like,
the buns, the whole shazam.
So the surprise party that Jen's throwing at Topgolf, we see that, and there is a cute little moment whenever like they first show up, and like Coach Shaw is like actually excited.
Yeah.
Like you genuinely like.
Oh, like he has so many
them,
emotions.
Like enjoy each other. Like I really like seeing that.
Yeah, that was so sweet. Like, and she had flown in like his sister and like a bunch of different family members. It was like 100 of his friends and family, which was really cool.
Also, did you see Lisa's shoes? I definitely thought she borrowed them from Mary.
Oh, they were those super tall boots,
and they were pink. They were like essentially the same but taller.
Oh god!
I was like, what are these boots doing in Salt Lake City?
They were a moment.
I mean, when Mary, the last episode, said, "Is fashion in Salt Lake City?"
She was like, the shopping is no good. It was like, girl, wherever you shop is not good. Like, what are you talking about?
And I guess where Lisa got those shoes.
And that's where Lisa got those shoes. But that was so cute at the party. Like, they had a dance battle. Like, Sharif and Jen. And, like, the whole thing was
Whitney.
going.
You can't forget about Whitney twerking, like, in a handstand.
Well, I think Lisa said it best. She was like, when Whitney found out there was a 90s party, she was excited because she could bring out her middle school dancer team. And she really did. Like, she wanted to do, like, a handstand and twerk in the air, but she, like, missed it the first time. So she went back to do it again.
My middle school dance was, like, arms on the shoulders, arms on the waist. You just, like,
well, I think she said her talent show performance from middle
talent
school.
Show. I did do me a good talent show performance of Jailhouse Rock.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, also Grease. I was a star.
You were a star. I can't. Why am I not surprised? But Whitney is getting very drunk because she wants to have a conversation.
She's nervous. She's nervous drinking is what she's doing. She keeps drinking because she's like, I want to bring this up to Jen, but I don't have the courage, so I'm going to get liquid courage.
Well, she wants to bring up, what does she want to bring up?
She wants to bring up first.
First,
by the way, it gets worse. So first, she wants to bring up that the call with Mary, Meredith, and Lisa that supposedly happened.
Yes.
She wants to tell Jen that, your 2 friends have been saying they're scared of you. That's first. Clearly, Jen does not respond well to this, which I personally think was an overreaction on Jen's side.
Okay, it was an overreaction from Jen, but the fact that Whitney was bringing this up at the party is just ridiculous. Not the place, not the time.
It wasn't.
Tell her you want to talk to her tomorrow at lunch. Do not get shit-faced at her husband's party and bring this conversation up.
Personally, I think it's the perfect time.
Yeah, you
it's
would.
on camera. It's perfect. I love it. Let's be messy.
We can bring the cameras to lunch tomorrow, okay? We did not need to do it at this party.
But I love that they did because it gets worse.
It went about like you think it would with Jen.
Yeah, exactly. So Jen, actually worse. I was actually surprised. Anyways, so Jen finds it out. She's like, what are you talking about? What is going on? Mm-hmm. Whitney had to repeat herself 3 times because she was so drunk.
She was trying to get this conversation out, and it was not. She said, I stand up what's wrong and what's right. It was what's wrong and what's right, and she kept restarting.
But she also said, let me restart.
Yeah,
I'm going to say what's wrong and what's right.
Oh, that was good.
It was good. So Jen's pissed. So then I think Jen walks away at that point.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think she goes to like find Meredith or Lisa or something, but Meredith and Lisa were right there and they were like, we're not scared of you.
Oh yes, because then Jen does walk away because then Meredith comes over and she's like, what's going on? And Whitney's like, well, I'm being honest with Jen, so I might as well be honest with you. Jen's been telling people you're cheating on your husband with another man.
Oh,
and I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Oh,
Whitney is piling it on.
I mean, that was just on another level that she brought that up.
So then Jen comes back and Jen is like, what are you saying now? Blah, 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 blah. And Whitney's like, I told them that you said that Meredith's cheating on her husband. Oh, wow. Jen loses it.
You can imagine how that went. She throws a drink. She starts screaming.
Like, not just like a little like, oh, I'm mad at you. She's
like
yelling.
Like an actual, like, it almost seems like an anger issue yelling. Like the reaction was not.
I actually kind of agree with you.
Yeah, the reaction was not like.
It wasn't normal. Because like we kind of even said during it as we were watching, we were like, I understand being mad and understand fighting back, but to the point where she's
throwing drinks,
yelling,
screaming, like her voice changes.
But also when she goes inside, she's like to Coach Shaw, she's like, "We're leaving, grab my first." She's yanking him out. He doesn't leave. She goes up the stairs, and they had some like balloons on the rail of the stairs. She's ripping the balloons down, like smashing them, and I'm like, wow, this is a little bit too much.
And she gets in the car, I think, with her son.
And with her son, she's yelling
and
with the son.
She's screaming, and like he's just trying to calm her down, like, Mom, it's okay. And it cuts to Sharif at the party still, and he's like, your mom's being good to the other son. He's like, your mom's being crazy.
I know. I kind of hated that though, because it was like,
have your partner's back.
Sharif, he was like, well, your mom's drinking. She's drinking too much. And I was like, eee.
Like, she should have done this. Especially at his party. But he should still follow her, see what's going on. I would have expected that of a partner.
I do think that, I'm not saying Whitney was in the right by any means.
Well,
but
she wasn't.
But Jen should have been like, hey, maybe not tonight. It's my husband's party. Let's talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, but I just don't know how
she could have shut it down. No, I'm saying if you don't get that angry that quickly, you can shut it down. Because you take everything as an immediate attack.
I get that to an extent. But Meredith was there, and Meredith was pissed at this point. I think she said her classic line, I'm disengaging.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like, so she's getting pissed. Everyone's getting riled up. I mean, Whitney literally ruined the party. Like, it is what it is. Like, the more you break it down, she ruined the party.
But did she bring the drama?
She brought the drama. She brought the spice.
Yeah. And that was Salt Lake for the week.
Yeah, it was good. It was a to be continued, I think.
It was. So we get extra. So we have two to be... Oh my God, I can't even say that. That's too much. To be continued. Yeah. Two to be continued this week.
Yes.
So that is exciting.
I think that's our episode for this week.
It was. Well, we brought in 2021 right.
Yes.
We have a lot to look forward to this year. I mean, you're engaged.
Yes.
I'm here.
You're Pelotoning.
I'm Pelotoning. That's my achievement.
Awesome.
And honestly, here's to a 2020.
Okay, I don't have a drink.
I just said here's to a 2020.
I don't have a drink anymore.
To 2021.
Can I cheers you with my ring?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it worked. Bye, guys.
Bye.